black man, my dear friend. My name is Peter Aka, Randy Peters on social media. We do not know each other personally, but you've seen some of my videos online, so you have an idea whom I am. I want to talk to you very quickly about something, about Mohbad. Yes, our Mohbad. Your name is Martins Vincent Ose. So I want to speak to the Martins in you, my brother Martins, because the very black man is a character. Usually I would not be doing this because as a person I do not traffic in innuendos and I don't like to major in the minor, engaging in personality talks. But as it concerns the issue of Mohbad and your personal conduct and content on Mohbad, it has become imperative that someone calls your attention to this. And even though I do not really believe or hope that this video might get to you, because for now I do not have so many followers, not so many persons know me, but for the sake of posterity I will do this. One, because what you are doing, you are not a lone actor. Your thoughts and contents are being amplified in certain quotas, and if left without being put to perspective, has the capacity to undermine the very same justice that you so passionately claim to be seeking for Mohbad. And also, it could become so inciting and inflammatory that you begin to stoke the embers of fear and division amongst Nigerians, that it then has a ripple effect to deflate from the main cause of action, and then we begin to lose traction of what exactly we hope to achieve. So it is important that I put this out, and I would also be expecting your very intellectual response if you chose to do so. That will be fine. The very black man, I will be very direct and precise with my message to you. Because even though some Nigerians may not understand what I'm saying, I know you know and understand perfectly what I'm saying in this video. I have followed keenly a lot of your videos and your contents on Mohbad. And it is important that someone calls your attention to this, so you do not continue to run fast on the wrong lane and eventually become an unmitigated disaster. The very black man. I have followed keenly, as I said, some of your contents on the issue of Mohbad, sometimes even against my wish. And even though some Nigerians may not be able to see through what you do and put out, I am not in that constituency, and I really do not mind. I want to ask you a question, the very black man. Martins, my brother. What exactly is your interest on the issue of Mohbad? Wetin be your real position concerning Mohbad? Is justice for Mohbad to you an end or a means? Is it an end or a means to an end? Because if you were actually seeking for justice for Mohbad, at this point, I believe you have found justice. And do not take my words for it. Listen to yourself. This is you declaring justice for Mohbad. Please listen.
Most of it will happen at the end of the day. But I believe now, seeing Mohbad will feel rest in peace. Justice for Mohbad has been completed. I pray that it's so
Justice for Mohbad has been completed. You made this video on the 12th of October, barely 20 minutes after the preliminary report of the police was released. You could not even wait for an autopsy report or a complete, investigation to be carried out. As I have said, following your contents, I have come to the realization and understanding that what you have been putting out as contents on the issue of Mohbad, the very black man, have been outrightly a performance. You have been performing for a certain audience, and so far it has been rewarding. So it is important that at this point you at least put your legs on the brakes, so that we allow our shared humanity and our consciences to prevail. The very black man. I want to let you know, the very black man Martins, that what you have been doing with the issue of Mohbad as contents are immoral. It is unconscionable, it is sinister, and it is gravely and callously mischievous. There are two things involved in what you have been putting out concerning the death of Mohbad. It is either you are being grossly ignorant or you're being callously mischievous. It could be a combination of the two. But if you're being grossly ignorant, I would want to suggest to you, because I'm in no position to advise you, that you understand that no human being is an island of knowledge. And No human is infallible. So no matter how much you could be knowledgeable on certain issues, when you realize your limitations on other issues, it is not a bad idea that you decide to take a pause, sit yourself, shut your lips, with an open mind, learn and gain the knowledge that you require or need. But if you're being callously mischievous, I would just have one word for you. Stop. Stop. Stop it, because you too are a human being who seeks to find joy, peace, and fulfillment in all that you do in life. And even though these things may not be important to you or your person, you should understand that at the death of a person, no matter the circumstances, the family and loved ones and people left to mourn them require and have a right to the minimum level of empathy and closure for them to be able to mourn their dead. Before I move forward to take you up on two of your contents, I want to ask you these few questions. The very black man, Martins. Martins, what exactly do you understand by an autopsy or an autopsy report? What do you understand by murder and the various degrees of murder or homicide and charges that could be pressed against the person? Do you know that the Chapter 4 of the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria provides that every human being is entitled to the dignity of their human person, and accordingly, no person will be subjected to any form of torture, cruel, inhuman, and degrading treatment? And do you understand or know that aggravated assault is a serious felony, and that aggravated assault that is that is taken through a period of time could be a probable cause of death, even when the circumstances at the end may not suggest so? As against your, narrative of bully for Sam Larry and Naira Marley, and then going for the jugular of Mohbad's wife. Listen to these two videos, then I'll conclude with them. This is you, the very black man.
They were using the public as instruments
Yes.
to carry out their evil acts.
Yes.
No celebrities at the forefront.
The celebrities at the forefront.
They will not tell me that they did not talk to Mohbad's wife.
Mohbad's wife.
Tell them the truth.
Yes.
But of course, they were willing to push the first narrative.
Yes.
Because they were getting engagement.
They were getting engagements.
And of course, they do GoFundMe for Mohbad.
They do GoFundMe. So this is it.
In the time where all this thing happened. Because during that first time when they tossed in Naira and Sam Larry doing, Nigerians did this. Imagine say they don't buy them. Now police go come tell us say, nah, nurse, nah, chuka.
Yes.
Nurse, no.
Police go come tell us in a nurse na chukam. So you have so much confidence in the police. The same police that you normally should be a subject of investigation, because who failed to protect the life in the first place? And we are now seeking for justice from that same institution. And it's okay. So you have now been able to cramp the entire events of Mohbad's life and cause of death to the incidents that happened between the 10th and the 12th of September. The very black man, Martins, are you sure you are not being intelligent by half? You have been able to go for you went for the jugular of Mohbad's wife. You have touted her, do a DNA. You have vilified and touted her to be your principal suspect. And rightly so. Of course, when a person dies as a result of unclear circumstances, everyone around them should be a subject of investigation. But we should be fair and not be mischievous. That all cards be put on the table, and let every person maintain their innocence until proven guilty, and let the same stroke be used for all folks. You have targeted and denigrated the celebrities that have been at the fore of this campaign. You have called them clout chasers. You have called them, and I am taken aback that you, the very black man Martins, will call people clout chasers on the issue of Mohbad, and they are doing GoFundMe. You call people cloud chasers? Do you have a mirror at home, the very black man? You have denigrated the celebrities. Particularly, I didn't want to mention some names, but your actions on Miss Iyabo Quuen and the narrative you're trying to paint about her person and her actions, you shouldn't be doing this. It is unconscionable. What you are doing has the capacity to undermine the very same justice you so claim to want for Mohbad. The very black man. What exactly is your interest? Listen to yourself on the second video as I conclude. This is you.
Last time I checked, the blue buy coffee was 20-something million for Mohbad, and they bury Mohbad. Should they say they don't bury him? I don't know. Okay.
The last time you check, they say they go back off in about 20-something million.
Iyabo is a thief. Iyabo is a thief. Igbo people no need you. Iyabo we don't need you. We go drag you. We go drag you where you belong. Iyabo we don't need you for Igbo land. We will be doing mothers, the daughters of the land. Now my voice is the strong Igbo woman. We don't need somebody like you for Igbo land. We know that accommodate criminal. We know that accommodate killer. Make una portion comment to make una. Iyabo we don't need you for Igbo land. No. Iyabo go end for Lagos. No carry Iyabo come our place. Iyabo we carry anybody will see Iyabo for Igbo land. Man at the portuable. If one see snake, see Iyabo man at kill Iyabo first. Make on the pursue Iyabo. We don't need the Iyabo for Igbo land. Iyabo go end for Lagos. Iyabo not come Igbo land. Iyabo polo no go carry you, marry you, come Igbo land. Iyabo be fire. He dey buy children. We want ladies, Igbo daughters. We don't need you. Iyabo end your evil for Yoruba land. Iyabo not carry your evil, come our place. Iyabo they kill children. Iyabo donation he take the live. Iyabo he like to the bed and they donate for you. Iyabo criminal. Iyabo na parawo. Iyabo no shit. Iyabo want to be again for Igbo land. Any woman we see Iyabo for Igbo land. If on a see snake, make on a this snake, make on a buy Iyabo. We don't need the Iyabo again for Nigeria. We don't want the Iyabo again. Can see Iyabo. Can see Iyabo. Iyabo na killer. Can see Iyabo.
Natural at this stage, I must give that update. Not because of money. Emma, she will lásìkò yìí again. Kẹtùní kìíní kan owó kan ló ń wá kìíní kan mi ò fẹ́ yánmọ̀ lásìkò yìí o. Because we cannot stay on social media and dwell on things. Oh, this came out, and if we don't engage, don't forget that even if the police will have to take the case to court, if anybody is going to be found guilty or is going to be suspected or arraigned, the government or the prosecutor will need to prepare, number one, evidence and then witnesses. Evidence and witnesses. So certainly it's not a walkover. It's a serious job, but there are some certain evidence that if we are able to get it and lay our hands on them, certainly the witnesses, they have no choice, they will sink in. So we are going to the last phase, and this is the last phase. I'm going to be involved in justice for Mohbad. I need to put that caveat now. I have my life to live. I have my family to take care of. I have my own career to pursue. And this time around, it's fire for fire. Fire for fire. Gbogbo nǹkan kò dẹ̀ sí pé à hide nǹkan bẹ̀ tó bá jẹ́ kó máa bọ́ sí ta máa lọ sí ibi ògùn original a máa dá orúkọ anybody ta máa fi lé síbẹ̀ ta dẹ̀ máa fèsì tó bá jẹ́ a máa lọ káyọ̀ mọ́lé ta máa fi tabari pọ́n ti ṣe yánmọ̀yánmọ́ this take dabade. That is what we're going to do this time around. I'm not ready for any nonsense again. A máa jáde tán cause kò sí ráyè gbogbo pọ̀lọ̀pọ̀lọ̀, no time for yánmọ̀yánmọ́ this time again cause I will not return back to Nigeria. Káwọn kan máa ṣapá bí ẹ̀yìn kọ́ máa láwọn kan làwọn ní monopoly to take people's lives. Kò sáyè rọ́ndọ̀rọ̀dọ̀ yẹn ẹ máa bọ̀ ẹ jẹ́ ká sọ di physical ẹ máa ready fún gbogbo ẹ̀ tá n bá lọ tá fẹ́ bá dé. Let me do what we want to do. Let's get justice to this one and get out of this old mess. All drama, I'm tired of it. I want the right procedure. We're going to pursue the right procedure the way it should be. So, and that is where we are going. So, I'm going to be giving the update very shortly. Let's continue to advocacy. You will know where there are machineries. You will know where they are trying to do something like this one is staged. Because the police investigation never show any concrete direct investigation on Wunmi, Adura, Darosha, the DJ Bami. In fact, there was no pre-arrest on them. Normally, if police were to go through the testimony that Onosioku, Kosibo Yefe Shalaye fún yín, it's quite a shame. And I'm still going to be challenging the governor of Lagos State. This is not encouraging at all. If you are the lead investigator in a case like this, and they explained to the police, he died in the house, nurse injected him, he forced away, nurse injected him, we took him to hospital 1, hospital 2, and they advised they take him to mortuary, and the same set of people took him to the house. The same set of people did not report the nurse. Under the law, even ordinary accident, you must report. If you leave the scene of accident, you have committed extra crime. You must not leave the scene of accident and go, even if you have a lesser accident or you walk by. Now they told the Lagos State government, the Lagos State governor, because he is the lead investigator. He is serving the public. They gave you a narrative. Hospital. Instead of them to take him to mortuary, they took the body back home. They didn't report to police. And when they didn't report to police, they said the father-in-law came, he took the body, he went to bury. Certainly, if this is the scenario, those in the house and around Mohbad are the prime and the first and the major suspects, because that means they have something to hide by not taking the body to the mortuary and placing the nurse on arrest, because there is none of them could at that point vouch for that. If they had reported immediately, the police would have cordoned the house, seized the syringe and every other thing. They allowed time to elapse. Crime scene was tampered. Main suspect left. And nobody is telling us where was the nurse? If she stayed overnight, nobody told us that. What the picture they painted to us that the nurse left that day. And none of them, including Iyabo, including Aburo, including Intopere, Uncles Darusha, they never made an attempt to say, you know what, madam? We're not saying, we cannot even verify whether it was a mistake or premeditated. Now this guy, you came to inject him in his house, and we cannot verify what was in that injection. It already went into his body. Tó bá jẹ́ pé nǹkan tẹ́ fi sí body ẹ̀ ó wá ń jẹ́ kó padà wú. Tí ó bá yé ni kó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí wú, or the effect, that was the reason for the horrid burial. Because what was injected in his body will begin to manifest, and it will show clearly that something was injected in that body. So this is the break point. Police at this point will now establish in clear terms, was there violence in the house between the wife and the husband, Mohbad and the wife? Secondly, was poison administered on his body? By who? And was the person acting alone? Abi, our industry gods, now which of the industry gods? Are they the ones they want to destroy, or the ones that acted like they are the ones saving him, but they are also the ones trying to use him to end his life for their own personal sacrificial stuff? Otoro de kabaso mo fi Ọlọ́run babura o se mi ru àwọn yẹn ko mo fi kaba bura e mi on this aro yẹn ko ba so we kin dákẹ́ ma fe sọ. But because there are stages whereby you get to, like guess game. I'm a human rights ambassador. I have a human rights organization. My report must be tight and tight, because after this justice, the dossier and the case file must be somewhere, and it will serve as a case study. Forget about all these things. It's meant for social media stuff. In reality, I look into a case holistically as somebody who wants to contribute his quota in terms of trying to contribute into the protection of human rights, justice, and of course, security of other people. So please power tap, share, and before I go deeper, this is just preamble of my intro. I've not really go deep into my intro. I may accept that some of them never knew that they are being used, but I can tell you for free, a larger percentage of them know what they are doing. They know certainly that the nurse is just a fall person. That nurse is just a fall person. Or the nurse was in the house on the 11th. They ambushed the nurse. She realized that the only thing we want you to come and do is to act like you injected him and then he died. Then we'll pay you off. Forget about the rest. We are the people who will cover you up. But at this point, this last phase, because there's no two ways about it. Because I can tell you for free, the police in Abuja has been fully activated and our legal team have been contacted and the work is commencing fully. There are some information I will not bring out here. Even if the lawyer, if they share with me, I'm sorry, I won't be able to do that. And this is not the time we start playing pawns, going back, trying to see, Immoral to feed the social media. They can continue to do whatever they are doing. You can continue to listen to them. So we feed their nonsense for too long, and it is not making sense for the quest of justice. It's okay for one to expect that, okay, the TikTok community has been holding forth. But the fact remains that it's still looking like just a small community. Our voices are not out there, and we allow people to penetrate into our mental and our IQ, our mental stuff, and they're flying away with it. So, like I said earlier on, the caveat I gave is that this phase we are going into, like the way and it's quite unfortunate. Another authority wants to part suffering from all indication. Let me just put it this way: from all indication, going short of 3 seconds video, you will know in due time. As a matter of fact, I will talk until one level. I'll give the final update on that one, and I might stay away from giving back-to-back updates until. But I got that, and you get it. It could make a sense, because if it is to whistleblow a crime committed, the right of those that own that stuff is now secondary. Even more under the fundamental human rights law and criminology. Intent, Lomawu. If I hack into somebody's phone, or I go through a probably phone forensic, and while phone forensic is being done, they discovered that there is a video where you took somebody's life and you are buying somebody's life, and they lifted it. How will any sane person say, we will sue you for breach of fundamental rights? You went to that and you brought out evidence. It was because you all were doing that. And God works in a way we don't understand. God needs to silence and say, now, come and see sample. And why are you watching the video? Fundamental right, and it on the phone here. Call us video. Oh, work as someone you me, work as okay, they should go and sue. Where did he get it? It's breach of right. Why should they give it to him? Because the last I can check, VDM he's not even a member of any force. He's not even an investigator in the matter. So what are we talking about? And none of those he has even interviewed belong to that particular WhatsApp group. So the question is, where is your conscience? Where are your conscience? Where? I don't understand. Because he was able to sail through and went on with it because he is not mixing up. It's the only thing tell if you want to is if you are donating towards his foundation. And if he didn't present himself, he never presented himself. So certainly it's very easy to look down anybody to bring Gary down. It's because that humility. Not everybody appreciates when you're humble. Setbacks. Ìgbà kan lọ́dẹ̀ NGO really. Àwọn kan máa fi ìgbà kan tẹ̀lé yẹn lọ. Ìjọ́ la fẹ́ débi tá à ń lọ. Ìgbà kan ní irú Kàrímọ̀ yẹn sìn. Kó wá béèrè lọ́wọ́ rẹ̀. So why would anybody come and lie to me pé fake stamp ni Yomi pé kò kankan sí pàǹtí? When it was the same pàǹtí I went to, then people like that should be able to ask herself. Forget about whatever it is.